walked the red carpet with him, and I remember in the car checking my phone obsessively for pictures because my dress was backless. Of all times to have a backless dress. I was looking at pictures of us on the red carpet, checking for bruises and making sure that nothing, like there would be no marks on me. And
I did not fucking deck you. I was hitting you. I was hitting you. I was hitting you.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposing SMG. I have heard your pleas and requests, so I am here to talk about the insane defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. If you guys want the inside scoop on the relationship and why I've been Team Johnny since 2016, before any physical proof came out in his favor, then definitely check out my huge expose that just went live on my website that exposes the start of the relationship. How they started dating, why they started dating, Amber's plan from the start, Johnny's problem since the beginning, and so much more. It's a juicy expose that YouTube would probably not let me post. But without further ado, let's talk about this defamation trial, shall we? What's up with Amber Heard seemingly sniffing something when she took the stand? In this clip that has now gone viral, you can see Amber use a napkin to intensely sniff or shove something up her nose. It's not like she was blowing her nose, since there seems to be some kind of force going there, and she proceeds to wipe her nose with her hand after. Well, many people believe that she's doing coke on the stand. TMZ spoke about this and said that these are outlandish claims, and to be honest, I don't think that Amber would have the balls to literally do coke on the stand, especially when her entire argument revolves around how Johnny Depp is an angry druggie who has hurt her because of his issues. However, I don't think that she's innocent by any means. I believe that she was sniffing something, to say the least. I think that it was some sort of irritant to help her appear more flushed and teary-eyed to the jury and court. Some have even speculated that she was sniffing liquid nitrogen because apparently it's an old trick used on movie sets to help actors cry easily in more emotional scenes. Now, another thing that people noticed during this sniffing fiasco is how Amber appeared to pose for a photo, and she did this in the least subtle way possible, as you can see here. You can also hear and see the camera flashes and how she stops posing once the photographers took their pictures.
And after you both returned to LA.
Amber has also been accused of lying about several things during this court trial, but what confuses me the most is how she lies about the most mundane things. When asked in court about what efforts she made to play the guitar, she arrogantly replies back saying, "I never played the guitar," when indeed there is a clip of her playing the guitar.
Make to play a guitar.
I've never played the guitar.
For clarity, she was talking about a trip she took with Johnny, but instead of saying "I never played the guitar on the trip," she says "I never played the guitar, period," and literally implies that she never touched a guitar in her life. However, in a 2016 interview with Nylon, she talks about how she learned the basis of guitar to prepare for her role as Jude in her movie One More Time. She was even asked if she took any tips from her rocker husband, aka Johnny Depp, and she laughed and said that he did help her with the guitar. That's not the only time she lied though. Oh no, she lied about her drug use. So when she took the stand, she talked about how Johnny allegedly did a cavity search on her to look for his coke.
Proceeds to do a cavity search? He said he was looking for his drugs, his cocaine, his coke.
Her testimony was criticized by many, saying that they couldn't even believe her performance and how she was such a bad actress. She was also called a liar because she contradicts herself while explaining the scene physically, and I'll talk about this in a little bit. So Amber says,
"I was wondering how somebody who didn't do cocaine and was against it, that was in and of itself causing problems in our relationship. How could I hide? Why would I hide?
So she's saying she's against coke, and Johnny's coke use was one of the main issues in their relationship, right? Well, interestingly enough, Amber's personal nurse, Nurse Erin, wrote in her notes that Amber has a history of substance abuse, including an addiction to cocaine and liquor. And that's not the only documentation. Josh Drew, one of Amber's besties since 2003, and someone who lived in the penthouse next door to Johnny, also testified in 2020 that he knew that Amber did coke, LSD, mushrooms, and ecstasy. Aside from the blatant lying in court, she's also saying such bizarre things that have people go like, what? In this clip, she's extremely emotional while saying, "My dog stepped on a bee." And then Johnny's lawyer chimes in saying, "Objection, relevance."
My dog stepped on a bee.
Objection, relevance.
Because truly, how is that relevant? Going back to how Amber contradicts herself when explaining the story, she's being mocked by millions on TikTok as they act out her story. And listen, I don't know if it's right for this trend to go viral and if it's going to make future survivors not want to tell their story. Some may argue that this is Amber's karma. Amber says that Johnny hits her, but then she turns to look at him, which doesn't make sense if she was already talking to him. Take a look at this one TikTok where these two acted out.
And I was walking out of the bedroom, slapped me across the face. I turned to look at him. And I said, "Johnny, you hit me. You just hit me."
What do you guys think? People also pointed out how Johnny describes being hit. And as you can see here, he is ducking while recalling the memory. But when Amber describes her encounter, it looks like she is the aggressor. This also reminds me of their deposition tape from a few years back, where Amber is describing how the bottle is being thrown at her, but she motions as if she's throwing the bottle.
The one that was thrown at me.
She does this several times when being questioned about the story.
Through the phone with, appeared to be very, as hard as he could at my face.
But when Johnny is describing it, he motions as if the bottle is literally being thrown at him.
And the first bottle went just past my ear.
And body language doesn't lie. Speaking of body language, many body language experts have criticized Amber. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but if you guys want, I can make a whole separate video about that, listing a bunch of different body language experts that came out and kind of analyzed her performance. So not only is Amber being criticized for lying about certain things that have physical proof to them, her camp isn't acting all that professional either. One of her main defenders, a problematic journalist named Eve Barlow, has been fighting for Amber for years, but has recently been removed from the defamation trial and kicked out for texting. Eve Barlow was caught by the judge sending text messages from her cell phone and tweeting, where the main objective seems to relay what was going on in the courtroom. She was also accused of attempting to mislead the jury by showing a post of the witness alleging that it was recent to the trial, being that this was last year, so Eve was expelled and her testimony was removed from the record. The celebrity news site Marca writes that Amber had her closest journalist friends sit in the front row with her legal team at the trial, live tweeting, texting, and posting information. Eve Barlow seems to believe she is part of Amber's legal team. Depp's lawyers finally had enough and banned her from the courtroom. Eve is no stranger to controversy in the Depp and Heard case. She recently tweeted that Amber has a tremendous amount of physical evidence, much of which the court doesn't seem to want to admit. It's unusual for a survivor to have so much evidence, so speaks volumes that even with the evidence, she's still not believed. The evidence in question is Johnny passed out. Where is this so-called physical evidence then? The evidence we have is that Amber is on record saying that she hits Johnny and starts physical fight. Take a breather, Eve, and let the professionals do their job.
Tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the fucking thing. And
You figured it out.
And you said, no, I didn't. What the f*** are you talking about? And I watched you lie. And then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights have been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you f***ing have a close
You
fist.
didn't get punched.
You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
Onlookers on Twitter also pointed out this rare photo of Johnny from 2015 where he appears to have multiple scratches on his nose and chin. I haven't really seen that being talked about, so let me know what you think about this photo. I'll end this video with Dr. Shannon Curry's psychological evaluation of Amber.
Histrionic personality disorder is sort of a overly dramatic presentation. We call this impressionistic speech. So it tends to be very flowery. It uses a lot of descriptive words, and it can go on for quite some time, and yet it really lacks any substance. So at the end, you're left wondering what was just said or what the answer is to the actual question. The quick shifts you'll see between emotions. So she would suddenly be one way, and then she would become very animated or very sad. And when people are displaying these emotions with this personality disorder, there's a sense of shallowness to it.
So this brings us to the end of this video. I have a lot of reasons as to why I don't believe Amber's story. It's not because she doesn't have the evidence to back it up, but it has to do with how marrying Johnny and using his issues against him seems to have been her plan all along. And make sure to check out my article about that for more information. I also have another video about Amber and Johnny coming up right after this one, so be tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you want me to continue covering the Johnny and Amber defamation trial, and be sure to leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with Johnny or Amber, or do you side with no one? Let me know. I am also documenting everything on social media, so follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. A lot of juicy content is going to be coming there in the next few days. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and as always, I'll see you next time.